My name is Kylie Schreck. I work at Nitrogen Wealth, formerly Riskalyze, and I've been here a little over a year and a half, so it'll be 2 years in September. So I am responsible for all of our web and paid ad efforts. So at anything digital, I oversee all of that strategy. No, so when I first got hired, I think one of my first tasks was to vet different ad platforms because we were just a team of 2 and it was impossible to manage all the different ad platforms and report on them and all that stuff. So I think I vetted at least 8 to 10 different tools. And after the first initial call with you guys, I was like, this is it. This is it. We want metadata. And I hounded it to the floor. We want metadata, and we finally got it. The first demo we did, I think specifically from a Google's perspective, I had never seen a tool where you could get really in-depth information on a single keyword. So that was really intriguing. And then as well as just being able to report on every platform all at once and launch everything at once and easily optimize things. And then outside of that, the team, the people behind it were just really great, even throughout the sales process. So we're a team of 2, now I'm just a team of 1 on the digital side. But basically my role in our team, we're marketing led. So marketing drives most of our leads. We're responsible for inbound and then sales takes it from there. I think it's an 80-20 split on marketing to sales. Well, 80% is marketing driven, 20% sales, self-sourced. Highly marketing executed. So my role and team specifically, our focus is on making sure we're in front of the right target audience, being able to optimizing it, running robust campaigns that bring in high quality leads to pass off to sales. So I guess TLDR of that is driving traffic, improving brand awareness, and ultimately just boosting pipeline efforts. Honest, I would be shocked if not everyone has heard of metadata because I'm constantly singing your guys' praises and passing around reports and stuff. But I would say specifically, we used to have a director of digital marketing. Now it's just myself. And then our marketing ops team goes in there pretty frequently. And then my direct manager. So there's 3 of us that are active in the platform. And then the rest of the team is just aware based off of reporting and success we've had with it. So as of yesterday, I got promoted. So that was a long time coming. And I remember coming to the metadata team and being this is my goal, how to get there. And you guys helped me set up these really cool monthly reports that come through that I can easily pass off to leadership, and seriously invaluable the help that I've gotten from you guys, the strategy sessions we've gotten, and just being able to scale with one person running digital across all different ad platforms is crazy. The people behind metadata, you guys are just so great and you actually care. I don't feel like I'm working with a Google representative that just wants me to spend money. You guys are actually helping me allocate budget to where it's really benefiting the company. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of manual hours. And I would say for Google, it was a set it and forget it kind of a thing because we just didn't have the capacity to even spend the time to go in there and optimize things. So just really inefficient, time consuming. Yeah, I honestly, even just the way the Google Ads platform is set up is just hard to navigate in general. And the way Metadata has it set up is so much more streamlined. can get all the information that you would natively in just or in metadata, and being able to like restart campaigns, switch around keywords, all that stuff is just so much more intuitive in metadata than native Google, I would say. When you guys rolled out grouped keywords, I switched to that because it was cheaper and we could get more out of our budget, but our leads started slowing down tremendously. So the second we turned it back to single keyword ad groups, it kicked back up again. So having that one-to-one keyword to ad play, like not only gives us more information on what keywords are performing, but it's more scalable really. And it way outperforms ad groups or keyword groups. You can see which keywords are kind of weighing down your campaigns and up money versus like it's a guess when they're in a group, right? You're not really sure which ones are performing. Yeah, I just did our year-over-year analysis so we started metadata in May, but I would say we were like just ramping up. It's not really a great comparison, but our year-over-year results were like triple across the board. So with the same budget, we were able to triple inquiries, SAO units, and SAO opportunity amounts. We launched metadata. That was our first month as nitrogen. Gotcha. So like we kicked off nitrogen with metadata. Yeah, I would say, again, going back to having single keywords, we've been able to identify that people are still heavily searching for Riskalyze to find us. And it's actually driven a whole lot of business decisions way higher than my level that like, maybe we need to bring Riskalyze back in some capacity, or like maybe we need to optimize our site with that keyword and sprinkle it in because we're still converting so highly on Riskalyze nitrogen. Our top converting page is the Riskalyze rebrand page. So again, I think like a lot of our big decisions that we make go back to our Google campaigns and like what's performing, and that's been Riskalyze. So. Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's stronger. It's more of like we haven't done a great job in our messaging of like getting the nitrogen brand out there. And I think we caused a little bit of confusion. And so moving forward, it's given us a lot of data to pinpoint like where we need to pivot, how can we make our messaging clear so that people know what we do, that we're not just risk tolerance. And that was the main drive for rebranding, was to broaden our solutions to say like, we're not just risk, we actually do a whole lot of other stuff, but we're still like, that's our bread and butter, but hey, we have all this other stuff. Yeah. I was big on like, I don't want to manage another platform, but the way that you guys had, suggested that we set it up to where we don't need to post every day. It's just simply another way to retarget and get in front of our ICP in ways that or platforms that they use every day. And Instagram, everyone was weary about it, but it's been a great lead gen tool too, and fairly like way cheaper than LinkedIn. So again, like cannot sing the praises of your guys' team enough. It was like the best handheld process I've ever been through, I think. We were at such a pivotal time because we were rebranding. And so having the help of deciding what we should bring over, what we should continue. I mean, everything had to be rebranded. So we were starting from fresh. So it wasn't really a matter of bringing things over. It was kind of like a rebuild. Like we had to literally rebuild everything. And you guys were awesome at helping us do that efficiently. I'll never forget Jess's audit. I think when you open Google every day and it shows like your most visited like shortcuts by algorithm. That audit was my first one
You've just gone
for
through
the
it every
longest time because I was visiting it all the time, and getting that set up, adding site links and all that stuff really, I think, set us up for success going into the new name. It was so in depth. Like, she went through every campaign, showed us things like simple things that we just didn't have the time or like knowledge of looking at valuable. And there are things like some of them are like, well, duh, like why were we not doing that? But again, like with a small team where we're also managing the website and all these other things, having just even that audit alone of like, these are such simple things that you can include to really scale your campaigns was really cool. I think like just seeing the success of our branded campaign, it was kind of a no-brainer to expand into non-branded. Obviously have to set expectations a little bit there with like leadership because non-branded aren't going to bring in as many leads as branded. However, it puts us in front of people that are searching for things that we can do. So I actually pulled up metadata yesterday on my one-on-one with my manager, and I was like, look how cool this is. We can see that because we have all of our keywords separated, it gives us so much information on what we should be focusing on as we highlight our solutions, as we're repackaging and all this stuff. It's a big driver in how we make decisions. And we wouldn't have had that if we didn't ever expand to non-branded. And we've gotten some real quality leads from it too. Yeah, so difference between influenced and triggered. Influence is going to be it. Google touched that lead at some point, but it wasn't the last touch before that person converted. Triggered is Google was the last touch before they converted. So we like to look at both, but triggered is
where the most value is.
Yeah. I think like being able to optimize our campaigns led to a higher triggered and influenced amount. I will say like the most valuable part of it is that it connects with Marketo, which is what we use for marketing operations. And so my metadata numbers align with what everyone's seeing in Marketo because they talk to each other. And so and then that links to Salesforce. So it really fits in, even though I'm the only one typically in the platform, it's syncing with everyone else's processes and even just the way leads come in and flow through to our SDRs. I think outside of, typical optimizations, it's helped significantly in a process manner as well. We've got kind of a complicated system and being able to use custom fields, and you guys were so great at setting that all up for us. So they literally like kind of mirror each other. So there's no discrepancy of what I'm seeing versus what everyone else is seeing in Marketo and Salesforce. It was so low. It was like not even worth reporting on. I wouldn't say replaced, but LinkedIn we definitely relied heavily on because being in the fintech industry, I think you automatically go to LinkedIn because that's where you think they all are. And each channel we use for different things, I would say. Like I said, Instagram has been great for retargeting. Google has been great for more bottom of the funnel leads. LinkedIn combo ads have been invaluable too. So and I wouldn't have known all of that without Metadata's reporting, right? So I wouldn't have been able to clearly see like this part of the funnel, we perform really well in LinkedIn, this part, Google, and being able to allocate budget towards different channels in different funnel plays has been really cool to see the impact on our ROI. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of big changes coming up. Not as extensive as a rebrand, but just a lot of shuffling, repackaging, pricing changes and stuff like that that will rely on our paid ads a lot for. And Kevin already helped me put together a plan so that we can be prepared for that come July. So that's really like the biggest thing. And then we run our conference every year. So we'll have another big initiative for getting in front of people to attend our big conference. I've said it a million times, but just so incredibly thankful for you guys from beginning till now. Like as long as I'm at Nitrogen, so is Metadata, and my team knows that. So thankful for you guys and all that you do and continue to support us and reach our business goals. It's like, I feel like I have new friends. Like every Tuesday I have our calls and it's fun and like just like a little Metadata family. I would say what I think we did a really good job of was out the gates, we allocated most of our budget towards brand awareness because no one knew who we were, or we needed to educate people that we were no longer Riskalyze and now we're Nitrogen. And so that was a key thing, like laying off the lead gen while we're rebranding and rebuilding our audience really benefited in the future. I would say during it was hard because we were like, ooh, we're not getting as many leads. But then as we nurtured that audience and then introduced our middle of the funnel play, they already knew who we are, they already knew what we did, and it just set us up for real success as we introduced the bottom of the funnel play as well. I feel like it just does everything for me. You're going to have so much more time. So much more time. So you'll be able to read books and watch TV and do things that you never got to do before because you were working 24/9.